lines, you bring your hard lines. Then we agree, we reach a stage where I pull out my hard lines, you pull out your hard lines, and then we compromise on a certain issues. So could have been that in that table is what Kalonzo was alluding to, that this matter, you brought it. We debated it extensively and warned you against it. But of all of them, it looked a little bit favorable, so we allowed it. Though it was against our wish. That is what the Muzungu call an abundance of caution. We warned you, but you brought it. And also, it could have been that the main reason why Kalonzo allowed that point in, because probably he knew that it would not see the light of the day. So that is why he was saying, no, tuliwaambia. According to me, from where I sit, I would support Kalonzo's sentiment, although I did not hear how aliwaambia, probably it was indeed he warned them about it.
Yes.
Those are techniques, styles of negotiations that have to be there. Now, back to what we are discussing here. I would still also ask the very, very same questions. Why would you privatize our monuments, our state corporations and parastatals that have done you no harm?
They've got an answer.
I would ask this question.
Yeah, they've got an answer, Silas.
Yes.
The majority of them are loss-making, and so it's really taking a lot from the government to run them. You'd rather sell them, let them go.
No, you don't do that, because if they have worked for the years that they have been into existence, that could only mean one thing. The loss maker in here are not the parastatals, but the parties, the persons are running the parastatals at the moment. Remember, we had what we call employment exodus.
Yes. Yes.
Where you see some people are being picked at River Kuja in Migori. They are dead because their positions are wanted by certain individuals. You see some people, contractual terminations over and over again being just done overnight. Yes. That we're now ending your contracts, new absorptions.
Yes.
PSC has announced several, openings since this government came into power.
Yes.
And every now and again we see new people being brought in. The other day we saw Infotract. I don't know whether it was Infotract that said there is a particular two groupings or tribes that are leading in the employment.
Does it?
So does it mean that the government came in as incompetent as their employees are, like Machogu, whom they gave us here for education, and you see the mess here that Fanyamamba has spoken about. You removed the competent people who have been running these parastatals, brought in the incompetent, siphoned all the money, the resources of these parastatals, and now you are using your own negativity to convince Kenyans that we are now running at a loss, we need to sell them. No, if it has worked since the time it was created, and we've not read any losses until now, then the problem is not the parastatals.
Yes.
The problem is you. Mm-hmm. So what do we change? Do we change the problem, or we change, we fix the problem? We have to fix the problem. As Fanyambu said, that leave us, give us our parastatals, bring them back to us.
Yes.
We appoint new president who is going to run these things. Because there are effects. Some of them are very dire effects. We have Kenya Seed running into the hands of Bill Gates. My friend, the health effects we are going to have as a country, infertility here and there. We're going to run into serious cancer situation in this country. We're going to run into unspoken environmental issues where our soil will no longer be able to produce because we have privatized our assets into wrong hands. Kenya Pipeline, as Raila Amolo Odinga has just alluded to it, the moment you take it to a private investor, fuel will shoot up. The government will now have a leeway to say, no, it is not within our purview. It is now being run by a private investor. That is now his asset. So, if you cannot manage our parastatals, bring them back to us.
As a-
Vacate the office,
Yes.
bring them back to us.
Yes.
We appoint new people.
Yes.
But we cannot cry right now, Simba, that we want to change the top office of the government when less than a year ago we had the opportunity and we voted with our stomachs. 2027 is coming. That's what I want to say.
That's it. Salas, but just before I cross over to Fanya Mambo, just pass me the Standard. It's just next to you, because I got to read him this statement. Fanya Mambo, if you look at, actually, was it the Standard or the Daily Nation? John has the Daily Nation. John, could you pass me the Daily Nation? Because I think that's where the story comes from. That's it. On page 6, I'm going to read it to you, Fanya Mambo, this